What's going on, everyone? Today, a very, very highly anticipated match here between, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, the best player in the world. And then on the other side of things, we have John. And we are going to be starting off on skyscrapers here. I am not sure whether this is a warm up or what is yet. I need to make sure I'm live. Hold on, everyone. We are live. All right. Two practices after this run. That sounds pretty good to me. The maps for today gonna be Skyscrapers, Clockwork Coliseum, Frozen, Northern Cliffs, and Heist. We've got a few skip maps here today, which, I expect Chris to have the advantage on the skip maps, but you never know. With Chris's nerves, anything is possible in this. I'm not sure what Chris is doing here. All right, let me go ahead and put the link there. I might need to turn my mic up a little bit. Maybe that's I don't know. I hope that's good. All right. Yes, end lag matters quite a bit, but we always do offer, our lovely competitors to just send in touches. John misspelling my name there. Not sure. I don't know who he's talking about. Can't be me. All right. Round one. Beginning. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a snack. I'm very, very excited for this match here. We have not seen a finished run from Chris on Skyscrapers. We'll see how he does. I am expecting John to take this one. A beautiful start from Chris. He needs to do a second steam there, and steams here. He's just kind of, I guess maybe his strategy is hoping that John messes up, because those steams, those lines, they are not going to pull ahead of John. And John's going to take the round one here, 22.3 and a DNF from Chris. I can't say I'm surprised. I was predicting John to take this map. But we still got 4 to go, and we've still got 4 more matches to go on this map here. John with just the better lines again. We'll see if Chris can get a finished run here. It's not too bad. It's looking decent. Very late jump, 22.6 from Chris. And only a 22.2 from John. Really confusing. He does have 22.0, but he's not the Skyscrapers King. I've heard a lot about the Skyscrapers King. I guess we won't name him right now. I think we all know who he is, though. All right. Round 3. And I would like 15-second intermission would be beautiful. 22.2, so consistent from John. You can just tell he's been practicing. Round 4 here. And it's kind of safe to say that this one is as good as over. Chris slope sinking there. Slope sinking again. Not known for his skipless skill, but John is going to get the DNF, so it's possible, I think. And on next after this is going to be Clockwork Coliseum. Hopefully, Chris can get the skip on there. I know he was quite inconsistent at it, and I don't expect John to get it, so we'll just have to see. It's either Chris DNFs or Chris doesn't DNF and he wins. It's really one or the other. Decent run here from Chris. It's really not bad. Wide lines, but everything looks pretty clean. And probably his best run there on Skyscrapers at the end. Definitely not bad indeed. And we are now going to be heading into Clockwork Coliseum next. All right, one of the, you know, I won't even say anything. I'm not trying to be rude here. We want to be nice to our competitors. And first practice here. 2 practice runs in total, and then we move into the 5 real runs. And it looks like John will be going for skip. Neither competitor hits it, but we do know these guys can use all 2 minutes of their time. And that's usually what I would suggest. Chris does end up hitting the skip. Will he get the tree? Oh, he's not going to go for the tree. He's going for the house. Okay. So a safer skip here from Chris. So it seems. Man, I am so fat. I can't stop eating. Anyway. Chris saying he's ready, but look, you're not ready yet, okay? I can sense that. I'm an empath. John with the better line off the start. Decent consistency from Chris. I mean, not as good as someone else who has this world record, but it's not bad. Definitely not bad. Ooh. Weird death there. I've come up with a new strategy. I'll just eat with my left hand. Maybe gain some dexterity. Alright. John really practicing this right now and just not going well for him. Wow. Oh, and he gets it. Nice. Oh, he's going to keep playing. Wow. How obnoxious. Right? I mean, all 2 minutes. Some people have that guy #1 in LF. I'm not sure how that happens. Personally, I guess I'll just rank my top 5. #1, Chris, obviously. #2, probably Mal. #3, I'm going to put me and Skelly tied at 3. And then right under that, I'm going to put Gavin and John tied. Ooh, Chris hits the skip. Okay, can he clutch? Oh! Oh! And if he can just keep finishing these runs, I mean, he's going to be well ahead of John, who, I mean, he can get 22 sixes all day. But he's not going to be able to catch up to Chris if Chris is playing consistently. Great start from Chris. Let's see here. Chris, will he hit the skip? Not quite. He's going to end up finishing this run. John going for the skip too. What is going on between these competitors? John's still going to end up finishing this run though. It's going to be on pretty much skipless pace. A little bit late. And unfortunately, a little BSC at the end is going to disqualify him from all future STC tournaments. But a DNF from Chris. He could not afford 2 more of those. He can afford 1 more. But then again, you want to avoid them. You'd rather get your runs finished and out of the way. Okay, so both competitors are going for this skip now. I'm not sure where Chris is going. Where is John going? What is going on? These players are having some weird routes here, and Chris getting a 22-6. And a DNF from John. Wow. Chris with a very weird route there. And opts for not going for that tree anymore. Pretty smart decision. Ooh. And John going to take this one most likely. Chris just, he's got to be more consistent. I mean, he has that 20.2. It's really bringing down his average. So unless John gets a crazy time, Chris has got this in the bag. He's already got 3 finished runs. Looking good for him. Ooh! And John missing the skip. And Chris is going to take... Oh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful run. Wow, another 20.0, and Chris is just going to take clockwork here. 1-1. And total score. I'm sure Chris, right after that one, I mean, that's a big confidence booster. We've seen Chris in the past struggle in tournaments, not do so great. But right now, really showing his prowess as a player and a competitor. Moving on to Frozen. I gotta say, I probably got John on this one because Frozen Skip is notorious for being very inconsistent. I mean, we'll see. Chris was talking a big talk when it came to the skip, but you never know. Oh, wow. First try. See how John's doing. Looking to reroute here, practice those lines. Uh-oh. Okay. Very good. It looks like to be about maybe hitting it 30% of the time. And if you're Chris, you really want to be getting that percentage up. I mean, you're not going to hit 30% every time, you know? So, John practicing this jump here. It just looks so goofy. It's like they're doing reps, bro. They're one set of 3 Frozen jumps. John opting for skipless here. I don't blame him. Chris looking a little bit better. He was looking shaky at first, and now he looks like he's gotten his consistency down. At least better. 20 seconds left in this practice. And then we can actually have another practice. I'm just imagining Mal's sweet, sweet voice in my ears right now. If you don't know who that is, well, let's just say he's very masculine, very handsome. But Chris not really hitting that skip there, and now we're on Candyland. This is what happens when you don't have the host. Sorry. Wow. That chip was very salty. It's not my fault. Moving on to practice number 2 now. Ooh, John opting for the skip now. And they both look relatively inconsistent at it. I feel like John's kind of just testing the waters here, because he knows if Chris is not getting the skip, he's done for. I mean, he's not going to be able to compete with John in skipless. So I think John, he's just happy with his performance in skipless. He knows he's going to win that, so he's just trying out the skip. I mean, it's not going well so far, but we know John can turn it up at times like no other player can. Chris really needs to be hitting this. I mean, he's only hit it a couple times in what seems like almost a minute now. The consistency is just not there. I'm very worried if I'm Chris. Chris, I'm going to try to finish a run here. I'm not sure how much time the skip saves. Oh, and he opts for going down there. He's not trying to miss the end zone. I don't know then, because like if he doesn't get it first try, it's just over. Oh, and that's not good. John ends up getting the skip. Watch John for a bit. We've been on Chris' POV this whole time, so we got to show some love to both players. If you're wondering what I'm eating, it's chips and queso from Chipotle. Chipotle, the scammers. Alright, now we can actually focus. Now I'm not eating anymore. I would like some water, but I guess I'll hold off for you guys. Round 1. Frozen. 1-1 between these competitors. We'll see if Chris can have that consistency. Chris going for the skip, hits it. Oh, and just not getting that second. Oh, it looks like he's gonna. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Chris finally hitting it, but lost so much time that you might as well just DNF, and we'll see what John gets here. 25-3, not the craziest good time. We did see Mal averaging 25 ones, 25 twos, so, you know, is Mal better than John? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. Later on in the tournament, maybe they meet. Who knows? Chris. Oh, and hitting the skip. Oh! That was a very tight jump there. Let's look to find John. John's down. Look at John down there, taking the wide route, and Chris going to be way ahead. That is the run you want if you're Chris. I mean, that was perfect. Just don't miss the end zone. And perfect. 24-4 and a 25-5. All Chris needs is just a couple more, and he's golden. All he needs is 3 out of 5 skips. And he's already 1 for 2. Chris opting for skipless here. I guess the logic is you hit the skip, and then you already save so much time on your average. Oh no. That it doesn't really matter if you do bad on the rest, because it'll average out. But here, not too great from Chris. I mean, just a pretty poor run. At least it was still a 25-9. That's going to put his average around a 25-0, maybe 25-1, somewhere around there. And I honestly cannot remember what John got. I'm just not really paying too much attention to him. This is kind of the Chris show at this point. Chris opting for skipless again. We'll see if he can get that jump this time. I mean, he really needs to just safe this. Ooh, and he gets it. Perfect. Not perfect, but good enough. Good enough. And that will definitely help his average. John on a crazy run here. 25-2 and 25-3 respectively. I mean, that had to have been some end lag there from John. John opting for the skip here. He's trying to clutch. He's going to try and clutch this up. We'll see what happens. Let's see. John going for the skip. Gets the first part. Oh! And misses the second part. So unfortunate. And just going to take the DNF there. We'll see how Chris does. Does get a little bit. Oh! Almost missed that jump. Chris taking these really wide. You can tell he doesn't play skipless very often. But when you get a skip run off the bat, that helps out your averages tremendously. I guess that was round 5. I mean, they're saying GG. I'm not really sure. Maybe this is round 5. Who knows? I'm not keeping track. Oh, Chris was not playing. But it looks like it doesn't matter because John cannot get the skip. So, and that is going to be the end of Frozen. Chris is going to take it, I assume. We'll see how the touches go with John, but it looks to me like Chris is going to take that one. And to a pretty exciting map, honestly. One of the maps that I was really waiting on here. Northern Cliffs. And John is opting for the skip here. But we know that if Chris takes this map, it is all over. Because there's only one map left after this one. So John really needs to get consistent. Take all these 2 minutes and really hone in. Not looking good so far. Decent consistency though. But Chris doesn't look too concerned about it. I would like to see this go all the way to heist. That would be some exciting stuff. To try to see at the end of the day who's just the king? Who is the better player out of these two top veterans of the sport? Getting into practice number 2 here. We didn't see much of Chris last round. He kind of just AFK'd after he missed the first jump. And we'll see if he uses a bit more time. Wow. Oh my. Beautiful start from Chris. I mean, that is the consistency that you want. If he even gets one of those, that is going to do so much for him. Wow, look at the consistency. Oh my gosh. It is just incredible to watch the highest level of skips. I mean, it is just beautiful. You don't see it every day. You definitely don't. But he needs to get that consistency down if he wants to take this map. And now we are going into the actual round 1. John's still practicing. Doing well for himself. I mean, he's not doing poorly. It's not as quick as Chris's, but it looks to be at least the same amount of consistency. And he's doing that slope launch there, interestingly. Oh, now he's doing that one. I guess he's just trying out both. So if you miss the first one, you go for the second one. Decent strategy. And now we are going into round 1. Oh, if I'm Chris, I'm nervous. But if I'm John, I am really nervous. 1-2. If you lose this map, you lose the series, and you're out of the tournament after round 1. Chris getting the skip. Oh my gosh. 6.7 first try. I mean, that is just beautiful. 12.7, not bad at all, but like, oh my gosh. 6.7. That's only 0.6 away from the world record. And obviously he owns it. On to round 2. That was some crazy consistency. We'll see what we see in this round. And Chris, oh, we can't get it again. He ends up taking he might take the DNF here. If I'm him, I'm finishing this. Oh, not good. Not good at all. I'm not sure what John got there. I think it was 8 point something. Not a bad time at all. But Chris needs to be finishing these runs. I mean, you can have fast ones, but if you don't have a lot of them, they will add up to be slow. And Chris, oh no. Oh yes for John. And an 8.5. And another DNF from Chris. He can't have any more DNFs. That is the limit. He needs to start finishing these runs. And they need to be quick. Two 8s and a 12 from John is what he needs to beat. Going into round 4 here. He's going to fail. Oh no! A death from Chris. He needs to finish this. 2 deaths. John finishing his run, 9.5. A great average. And Chris. Oh no. A 16.3. Chris has got one final run to get an incredible time and bring down his average. And I'm still not sure it's going to be enough. But we will see what happens here. Chris. Oh, beautiful skip. And a 6.6. I'm not sure what the averages will add up to. But that is an incredible time to end off on. A 6.6, a 6.7. I'm honestly kind of concerned. Did he have a third finished run? Was that even all the runs? They're still playing, so maybe we've got one more. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. Chris wasn't even moving. But if we were moving, a very solid run. Did I win? I don't think so. Oh. I think John's average was around 9. Yours... Well, 16... Well, I'm just not sure, honestly. I'm really not sure. We'll have to... We'll have to see in post. Unfortunately, we don't know yet. I don't even remember what he got. I know he got 6.7 and 6.6. And then was it like a 16.3? Someone do the averaging. We need someone to do the averaging here. But I believe an 8.3, an 8.5, and a 9 point something from John. I believe he had the slightly lower average, but we will do that in post. For now, these competitors just have to worry about one thing, and that is heist. One map left. And it looks like Chris is doing some math here. Taking his time. Not sure what he's doing. All he has to know is even if he did lose that, he's not out yet. It's 2-2, or it's 3-1, and he could coast through this. We just don't know, but if I'm him, I'm taking this very, very seriously. And he does say he thinks John won that round. And we're going straight into the practices for heist. Both players most likely opting for skip here. And we will see how it goes. Chris being the skip specialist, I am expecting him to pull away here and kind of take this one. I'm not sure why he's climbing so slow. We'll see. And he does take a death there. John just getting some practice in. I love to see this. The reps. That's all that matters. Kobe Bryant did talk about that quite a lot when he was around. And of course, I know quite a bit about reps myself. So I believe it is 2-2. Practice number 2 coming down to the wire here between two of the highest level players this game has ever seen. I am very excited to see what this holds. John getting the slightly better run here. Oh, but Chris actually not dying. Whoa. What's going on here? He's not able to fit under this crack. That's weird. And he looks just as confused as I do. Did Daniel patch this? Oh, and there goes John right under. Okay, Chris really needs to sort this out. He's got a minute and a half to sort out this avatar catastrophe before the game starts. Time is running out. He cannot fit under the under the map. Oh no. I really hope this is not how it ends. That would be very sad. Hello? Okay, I can come out in like 10 minutes. Does that work? Because I'm like really in the middle of something. I can't right now. Alright, I'll see you in 10 minutes. I love you. Bye. Sorry about that. Business partner calling. You guys know how it is. Alright, and let's see if Chris did indeed fix the avatar here. Hopefully he makes the jump and gets the check, and he does. He seems very consistent on that jump. Will he make it under? And he does. Squeezes right under that crack. But will he hit the checkpoint? And he does. That could have ended very, very poorly for Chris here, but it is all tied up 2-2. Coming down to the wire. Chris literally buying a new item on the fly just to... I mean, that is incredible. Going into round 1 here. This is it. John with the better start. Oh, both competitors neck and neck here. Who has the faster reset? And it looks like John does. John ahead of Chris. Chris going left. No! Oh no, 25-8 from Chris. 24-1 from John. Not a good start from Chris. He needs to get that average down if he wants to take this here. But John kind of feeling relieved after that first run maybe, but it's not over yet. Ooh, Chris pulling slightly ahead, it looks like. Maybe neck and neck. Can't tell. But John there just with the faster reset. And again, the faster reset from John. Could he be using a macro? Chris going right that time, 24-4, but a 24-1 from John. That is scary. If you're Chris, you are terrified right now. Going into round 3, he needs to start getting 24 1s and 24 0s if he wants to bring down his average. John just getting in the lead there. Oh, and John falls off the map. Okay, let's see what Chris gets. He's the only competitor on the map right now. Chris, decently fast reset. Will he go right here? He does end up hitting a laser. And a 24-4 again. Really not what you want. That's not what you want at all. Oh no. 2 24-4s. John with 2 24-1s. And it really all comes down to who gets the better final run. If John gets a good final run, anywhere from like 24-8 and below, he will be fine. And Chris, well, he needs a fucking miracle. Chris slightly behind again. Oh no, getting tripped up there. John, phenomenal run, 24-1 average, and that is going to... unfortunately, I mean, just phenomenal play from John and Chris. We've got 1 round left. We'll see if Chris can get a crazy run here. That's what he needs. He needs something phenomenal if he is going to take... Oh no, and a DNF. And that is going to seal the deal. John taking his match against Chris. It came down to the wire, but John prevails on the Lunar Fate, and in this match, GG's to John. A stellar performance, something I've never seen before. Yes.
He's out there waiting for you.
I know.